Hello and welcome back to the Bigger Podcast. We are officially on episode 2 on season 2, and we have the lovely Ronan Conlon with us.
Hello, Keith.
Took a lot of talking to get him into it.
He's very nervous, but nothing to be nervous about.
And I don't even know why I'm nervous, to be fair, but I think we things like this, I get more nervous. I could talk to a room of 1,000 people, but then I get more nervous if I'm talking one-to-one with people, and that's when I feel nervous.
Or when there's a camera on and microphones and you can't take nothing back.
Right, but a camera and microphone's not too bad if there's loads of people.
Yeah.
You can hide amongst them.
Aye.
There's no
one. I always say this when I'm talking to teachers and all, when I do like wee small staff trainings and there's maybe only 3 or 4 of them, that's when I feel the most nervous. Because I have this one, I'm going to Dublin now next week to do a big conference, and there's teachers flying from Iceland to come.
No way.
Aye, and I'm staying down, and they've brought me to come down to Dublin to take them.
Lovely.
But like, I'm not nervous for it at all, because there's going to be like 100 people there, so I don't really
Then they
care.
can bounce off each other too, so you can get that interaction.
But if there was like 4 of them, then I'd probably be nervous.
It's more personal then, isn't it?
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. We're grand.
I've never thought of that actually. No, I'd be very much the same.
Whereas I prefer like a small class. If there's a small class in coaching, I would feel more confident than 18 in the class.
Tell me this. If you ordered something in a restaurant, right, and it came out and it was wrong, could you send it back?
Never.
We're the same
Come
people.
on here.
I'm the same. I am the same.
She gives me it all the time. She's like, "You're this big man that can do all these big sessions in front of all these people, but you're not." Like, see if they give me the full wrong feed, I just be like,
Cheers, thank you.
And you
"That's
need
it.
it, probably.
I'll eat it, aye." But I'll be raging about it. But
We were out for dinner the other night or the other day, the carvery thing, and Alex like, "What do you want for dessert?" And I was like, "You order for me because I want fresh cream, not ice cream."
That's me, literally. That is
I was just sitting in the corner
Just
like,
don't get like you're
like
so confident on social
didn't get my
media.
garlic mayo, I'd just be like, "I'm just gonna have to do it without." Even though all I'd have to do is ask for that
Or
garlic
if
mayo.
you ran out of juice and you needed another drink, you would go thirsty instead. and ask
instead
for
of
a
asking
drink.
for another one, that's
That's
But
you two
I
days in
actually
a
always
pod.
said that. You see, if I was like stranded at sea and there was a boat going by, I'd be like, "Here, if you don't mind,
I'd be like, I wouldn't be screaming.
swing around and grab me."
These are
When
all
we're
the
talking
same.
about that there, about being stranded, has anyone seen this video of the naked person walking around Mackerfeld? Have you seen it? Apparently, it was only like a 3-second video, but apparently somebody was
Wait,
like,
recently?
Yes.
I only sent it.
Yesterday?
Somebody sent it to me today. Madness.
I know, up round like Morelli's, that
The roundabout is. Butt naked. Nobody can tell if it's a man or a woman yet, but we'll figure it out.
I'm sure it'll be out soon enough.
Who knows? But anyway, that's not what we came here to talk about. the Mackerfeld scandal. We pretty much want to know more about you, and we all know what you do.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to deep dive into that after, but we want to know how you got there, because how does somebody end up in your profession?
Well, I went to,
Nope. Before you even go to that, I want you to start right back to like your first memory of like doing anything.
Right, well, if you didn't know this, right, I was born in America.
No way.
Didn't know that.
I wasn't on your Instagram earlier.
So my mum and daddy lived out in America for 10, 15 years.
Doing what?
My dad was plaster out there, so...
And they moved out there for work,
Aye.
did they
went
move
for a
together?
honeymoon.
Oh, right,
They went for a
okay.
honeymoon and then loved it. My uncles and all are out there. And then they just stayed. And then ended up, I was born in 87. And
Born in 87.
Don't put that
But
out.
we,
Make it like 1987.
we moved back in 2000, like, so I was only like 2.5, so I don't remember anything. My brother actually wasn't born in America. They came home for a couple of years in between, and he was born in Ireland, but he lived out in America, so he came home with an American accent. He's nearly 5 years older than me, so he remembers a lot of it. I know nothing, like,
Okay.
nothing about it. Like, so
Wow.
Should you have a...
that's why I have
Do you
pure
have
an American
American
passport?
Like a
No,
dual.
Aye.
Very good.
So then Cahir, my wee man, he can get one, and then once me and Ashley get married, then she'll
Did you
get one too.
That's so handy to have, though.
I know it is the plan. Some stage down the line, I'd love to do summer camps or something over in America.
Oh,
like,
you'd
so,
be brilliant. What part
'cause
of
I can
America were you born?
in Philly.
Shut up.
I've only been over once since. Like, I went over, I always say 5 or 6 years ago, but it
You could
was
sing
maybe
that
10
song,
years ago now, I
like,
think.
what's that?
You should sing it into the microphone.
I was singing in my head
In
when
West
I did.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's it. Born and raised.
I literally, I swear, I when I
You and Will
was
Smith
singing
right
all
up
the
there,
time,
like.
literally. I was born, in Philly, but obviously,
And then you came home, moved to Moortown, and just got the Moortown accent
so just
instead.
pure-
Raging.
pure Mertown, like.
Of all accents to get.
Oh, I know, the worst. Saying kid after everything.
All right, kid.
But then obviously went to school, primary school obviously in Mertown, then went to Holy Trinity. I dossed my whole way through school, like talked my whole way through school, which is
I know you'd all be shocked to
probably
hear.
what I'll do now, like, but literally done nothing in school. And then I actually left school, which I put this up as a post one day, just even, and I done a talk in Holy Trinity one day, and I says to them, it was with year 13s and 14s, and I says to them, like, you know, if you fail something, it doesn't matter. Like I failed my maths GCSE, still never got my maths GCSE. So I've like dyscalculia, which is like my brain gets mixed up with numbers.
Okay.
So I just got whatever I could get to get in. Didn't get into uni, so I finished school. Didn't get into uni. Decided I still want to go to Belfast because all my friends. So I went to Tech and done a year there. And then this is where I told all this to the students. I was like, in the end up, if you work, you will get it. Like, so done first year, and I remember there's one of my lecturers, Paddy Bell, and if he sees this, because he just retired this week, so I must say
We'll tag him in it.
In Tech, so I went to Belfast Med, and he made me sit down and do a test on the last day, and if I didn't pass his test, I was getting kicked out, because I just didn't go to class and didn't do anything.
You
But
were a
then,
partier, were you?
not even, just lazy. I
honest.
didn't even go out that much, like, I not massively into going out, like, I just
No,
couldn't be
either
bothered
way.
going, like, but then second year I travelled, and I was like, right, I'm going to actually put my head down, so finished it, passed it, and then had the option of going to Ulster University to do another 3 years of uni, or there was an option when you done the course I done, so I done child development, so sports coaching and child development, and then the option was to go back, stay in Belfast, go to Ulster University, or take it 1 year, it was like a fast track year, go straight to final year over in England. So
Right.
I went to Preston, so UCLan, University of Central Lancashire, went there for
Brilliant.
a year and worked with Preston North End with their football academy and loads of different things, and that's where I learnt it all and really put my head down I was there for about 9 months and ended up with first class honours in sports coaching, and then a pathway in child development and early years and special needs, which is what I do now. So
What a
that 1
story,
year, I
Ronan,
just
I know.
kind of was everything to me. Like,
Then it's
just,
when you find something that you're passionate about, you're going to work for it.
aye. But how I got to that was like,
That was my next question. How did you end up in like child
so
development?
I wanted to do sports coaching, and in Tech was more. So I obviously played Gaelic my whole life since I was 4 years old, 5 years old, probably around that, and I've always played for Mertown. I played in loads of my teams, and we won a lot of things when I was younger. And then it came to my last year of minors, so like under 18s, and I wrecked my knee. I got an injury and had to get a full reconstruction of my knee. So like the surgery and the whole injury was, the way it was explained to me was it was like a car crash sort of an injury. I was out for like over a year. And like if you ever see me wearing shorts, I have a big scar the whole way up my leg. And that was, I sat out of football for over a year. And active me, who didn't know what to do, I was like, I'll coach. So I coached with Mertown under sixes, which is the younger ones. Then I worked in summer camps with Tyrone, and then I was like, I actually really like this.
So it's all down to a busted knee. That's how
Basically,
you
like I probably had never thought of what I was going to do until that, and then once I started doing it, I was like, I actually really like this, and then that's where the whole pathway took me, and then it went on and on from there, and then so I've coached in. Finished university, which is a funny story. Like, you'll probably not believe this one looking at me. Like, I still don't believe I haven't done it. Like, so then I, for a year and a half, worked as a forklift driver.
I could not
Which
imagine you
is-
on a
I know.
forklift at all. Even in that
Yeah,
environment.
forklift driver.
You have to do
with the
tests.
Some of the boys
hard
say
hat
that's
and
not
the
true,
high
like,
vis on.
but I literally, like, but it was in like
But
a
you have
cold
to
store.
you have to do a test for that, or do you
Oh,
not?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you need a
I was only,
forklift
I
license.
think I was like 19. No, 21. So
They're not
I'm
easy
born
to
in
drive,
June.
like.
You're so
Because I'm
after.
born in June, I'm really young. So by the time I
You're really
graduated-
young
There's two
anyway.
young digs you've got at us already, okay?
No, but
Get over it, all right?
So why-
We get it.
You're young, we're old, we know.
But like all my friends, obviously, when you do uni, you do 3 years and a placement year. So like all my friends done their placement year, but they're all a lot older than me because I was born in June, so I
There
was the
goes again.
youngest.
Third strike, and then the next one you're out, like.
And so basically, I graduated. I think it was like the 4th of July, but the 11th of June, literally like 3 weeks before, I'd only turned 21.
Mad.
So I was finished uni and everything, and just turned 21. So I was like, what am I going to do? So then I worked in the co-store for over a year, and then I saved up, went to Australia, and worked out there. I've done some coaching. I worked for a children's gym out there. It's called My Gym, so it's a big, massive corporate company.
Yeah.
There are a lot in America and Australia. There's not.
Like our version of Pure Gym sort of thing, is it? Or?
No,
kids?
so it's like a children's gym.
Oh.
So it's all like
Just for-
gymnastics,
just
just
for
for
kids?
children. It's all gymnastics and
brilliant.
classes and different things. Like,
There's a wee
but-
niche maybe Keith Bigger will be thinking about when we get home.
Aye, and it was class, but it wasn't like any like lifting weights. It was
Yeah.
all just like, it's kind of like the
Functional
gymnastic
movement.
gyms here,
Aye.
Yes.
but it was all tailored for younger children and their families. And then I done that, and then I worked out in primary schools out there, and then
You've done so much for being
know.
so young.
and then
I mean, he's only still at 22 now.
22.
Like in Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're saying I'm 22 now?
No.
So when I was in Australia, I was out there for a few months, and then my dad had cancer and stuff at the time, so then I decided to come home. And then when I got home, I wasn't home 2 weeks, and it's funny, like I always say things are like real fate. Like I always say
I believe in
things
that
happen
too.
for a reason, right? I remember I was like, I'm gonna go back to the cold store and be a forklift driver. That's the easy option. And then I remember I was flicking through Indeed, and I seen this job as an activities coordinator for Activity NI. And then I was looking through the criteria, and
But you had an impressive CV
it's not
already.
a cocky thing. Like when I looked at it, I was like, I would get that job. But I was like, I'll probably take the easier option. I'll go back to being a forklift driver. And I looked at it, days on days and days. And it was like a day before it was going to go out. And I was like, I'll just apply for it. And I applied for it, and I went for interview with my old boss, Darryl, and me and him are very good friends now, like still. And I got the job. Now, he would tell you, it's funny, like when you're saying one-to-one, see interviews, I'm terrible at them. Like, he would tell you this funny story in the interview. I was talking about all what I do and all the coaching and all the different ideas I had, but he said I was so like awkward about it because I hate one-to-one. I just don't like it. And like I dropped a pen in the middle of the interview, like, and instead of just being like, here, I'm gonna lift this pen, he was talking to me. I was kind of like trying to lift this pen in the middle of it, and he said it was the most awkward thing ever. I mean, I still laugh about it. Like, so then I worked there for over 3 years, nearly 4. Me and him worked really one-to-one over COVID, and that's where I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him, and I do always say to him, I learned a lot from him. Me and him went one-to-one, and we worked up in Lisburn. There was all the key workers and children who were in foster care. They all went to a school in Lisburn, and we came every day and took them for PE and coached them basically in small groups in their bubbles. We went in their bubbles and coached them, and I had that very much one-to-one with the children for it was about 2 or 3 months, and I feel like I learned a lot at that time because I really got I could choose whatever I wanted to do, and obviously nobody else was working, but I was able to every day be basically called a key worker. I was allowed to go up, drive up the road every day and do that. Like, so then it wasn't until really then I met Aisling, and then Aisling got pregnant, and then we had Cahir. And then once I had Cahir, I always said like even when I was working, I was like, I don't think I'd ever want to run my own business because it seems very stressful. I don't know if it was just because I was younger and I just didn't really
No,
think
it's just
about
stressful altogether.
Oh, it is. Like,
No matter what you
my head
are.
is wrecked now. Like,
But there's so much more to own the business than just what everyone says.
I always say, like, I'm the coach, I'm the admin, I'm the
Oh, you're everything.
everything.
Whatever you don't have, you are. Like if you're a cleaner.
I'm a marketer, I'm the whole works. Like, but then that's when Cahir was born. Like, at the time, I would never want to leave Activity because I loved it and I loved every minute of it. But I always had that thing. They do a lot of summer camps, colour runs, and work in mainstream schools, and I loved every minute of that curriculum. But what I really wanted to do was work with children with additional needs, special needs, and children of early years, which I wasn't really doing as much. So I took the plunge. I was like, I really want to do it. And it was more Cahir. I kind of like, I don't know, one day I was just like, I'd rather him see me as my own, or like, I don't know what way to describe it. Like, I was like, this is daddy's business, or this is daddy's.
This is what daddy built.
And it's so lovely for him to see that.
Somebody, and that's kind of what when he was first born, I was like, it changed my whole thought of the whole thing. And then I was like, and I kind of was like, if I don't do it now, I'll have a mortgage and I'll do all these things and I'll end up just not doing it. So I just took the plunge. And
nothing motivates you more than a newborn. You will work with them in small hours, and
so
that January 2023.
Because he wouldn't have been too old. He would have been only about 6 months maybe then whenever you went out on your own.
So he was born in August and I went out on my own in January. So
he's just a year younger than Mabel there.
Yeah.
She's August birthday too. So
in January I went out on my own. And I must say Darryl, who's a very good friend of mine, he helped me. Like, I worked part-time with Activity to keep me going at the start.
To build
and then
it.
I kind of just got to the stage where I was a wee bit too busy. I just went out on my own, and
you are a busy
and you're
man.
everywhere, you know.
I know.
You
I
could
never
be in
stopped,
4 or
like,
5 different towns a day. You just see your van, like you're there and everywhere.
Today I was up. This
is a man who's talking about buying a pickup, and he does how many miles a day?
Oh, God knows. Like, today I was up in Slieve Galleon, I was up in Desert Martin, and then I was down in Holy Family for a wee session with the nursery in Marfelt. Then I had to go to Moneymore, do a session there. Then I had to go back to Marfelt to do another session. Then I had to go to Derrylahan, which is just outside Clayland. Had to go there for a session.
I'm just impressed.
Back to Marfelt
And then you go home this evening.
I got home for a wee couple of hours in between to see Cahir and
that's
Aisling,
nice.
and then that's what I I try to get home like sometimes in between. If I have evenings, I don't always work evenings, and I'm trying to cut down the evenings, but then
It is hard.
I'm terrible I don't like to ever say no to anybody.
Oh, I know someone else
'Cause
that
I
got
feel
to.
like-
Aye.
Hence why you're sitting here now.
I know, but I feel like I like to give back to what I do to these the families that I work with. So all the children with additional needs. Like every Monday, I be with the Down syndrome group, and like no matter what, every Monday I'll be there. Like, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't care what time it was at. I have to go. Like that giving back to what I do and giving them families that joy is.
But you can see that in your social media through your videos and pictures. Like you're beaming from ear to ear, and the kids are so happy. Like they're having so much fun, So and that means the world.
So then that's when Fit Mind started. Like, went a long time thinking about a name. To be fair, like
I know. How did it come around, or
oh, I don't know.
just that's just the
I
name?
went back to uni. Like in uni, it's funny. Like one of my modules in uni was you had to build a business, and at the time, it's funny. Like I have a program within schools called the FAST program. So it's the one with the nursery. So it's all fun, active sessions together. So that's what it all. And like back in uni, that's what I was going to call my business. But I just thought like it would look. Like, to be fair, I thought like McGregor fast and all. I was like, I didn't want to do that basically. So I was like,
I was thinking when you said it.
So I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. So then I don't know. I went on. And
All these
on.
toddlers scrapping.
But then everything, literally. But then everything I do is all about having a fit, healthy body.
Yeah.
So now I always say my three main words are engagement, inclusion, and enjoyment. So I was just like,
That quote. Cheers for that. You stole that. I was like, where did you get that at?
I'll talk about it.
I love the inclusion part of it. Like,
So then that was, and then I was like, it's not all about just having a fit body, it's having fit mind, fit mind as well. So then I was like, fit minds coach, and I was like, that actually has a ring to
Has
it.
a real ring to it, yeah,
And then I was
definitely.
like, I'll go for it. And then that was it. And then it started. But that is, as you're saying, like, so my three main words are engagement, inclusion, and enjoyment. So I always harp on about this when I'm talking to parents, when I'm talking to. So the engagement is, for me, and you've seen some of my sessions in the parties that I've done in here and different things. It's all about how can I get the children engaged within this session.
I just don't know how you have that much energy.
I sometimes don't know either. Like, I just think, what strategies can I do to get these children engaged? There's one thing I hate, and it's if a child's not taking part. Because there's obviously, when I think of it, there's a reason why the child's not taking part. Maybe they're a wee bit anxious about this, and I just like, how are there wee different strategies and things that I can do?
And make them feel a bit
wee
more relaxed. or
Triggers
whatever.
that I can do to try to get them engaged in the session. And then obviously inclusion's the massive one. So for me, inclusion is my biggest word, and I live by that word. So that's every session I do, every school I go to, every club I go to. It's how can I get everybody included? That's your family, the children, your siblings, no matter your physical ability, no matter if you're neurodiverse, no matter your race, religion, no matter anything.
Brilliant.
For me, it doesn't matter. And how can I get everybody included in that session? And that's
not easy, trying to include so many different
Aye. So,
things.
and then enjoyments, the other ones. So just how, like, my thing is, and it's probably the same in your gym, like, I see, like, videos of your gym and they're all having a bit of crack and having fun, like, and that's my thing with sessions. Like, I think sometimes parents think too much into how can I get my child, with your child development, how can they develop, like, I'll do this task with them, I'll do this task with them. I've like, just have fun with them. I was like, people don't realise, like, dancing and going for a walk and going and doing these things and going up to the park and tell them to go run and get this type of leaf and like that's all working on their different. If they're picking up a leaf, it's their fine motor skills. If they're running, it's their gross motor skills. And it's just those wee small memories and enjoyments that you can do. And that's, for me, I think some parents think too much into how can I develop my child rather than just live in the
be in
moment
the
and have fun.
Like one of Mabel's favourite things is like Tuesday night is bin night. So the bin's put on Wednesdays. Keith has to go to the bin. And she loves getting her shoes on
Aye.
to walk down and then road to bring the bin up.
And she has to pull it, and we're going
She has
at
to.
1 mile an hour.
She loves it.
And like that's like for that is exercise for her. And like if she's gripping onto the bin, that's brilliant for her hands. And like even that wee grip and all that'll work. And it's all the wee different stepping stones. Like that grip will help her in the long run when she goes to school and she tries to grip a
pencil.
a pencil or a
Like
pen.
she loves to dance. She loves that Elton John Crocodile Rock. That's her favourite
Aye.
song.
Like-
and as soon as it comes on, she goes round in circles and she's like, "Let's
Doesn't matter
dance,
what she's
mommy,
doing, she
daddy."
knows that.
Dancing's the biggest one for me. Like, and I like Ashley would probably get the ick like when she'd see me in school. Like she's never actually been in school with me. Like, but like I'd be dancing away in school.
Well, if
all
you're
the
at a
time.
wedding, do you like to dance or you just sit down, real
There's a couple of
reserved?
drinks in me, like probably. Like that's the problem. Like if it's pile of children, I'll dance away. Like, but adults, it's really like I don't know. I think I'm like built for what I do. Like But
You're doing brilliant at what you do. And then will you have a wee friend along with you that comes to
Yes.
your
So
schools and everything?
That's Fitzy. So Fitzy was, since the very, very start, I got him from one of my schools when I was with my old work. One of the schools was actually going to throw him out.
Oh.
They were just throwing out a pile of old stuff,
Yes.
you know. And then I was like, no, I'll take the bear. And then I took the bear, and I've always talked about different things about a bear or whatever. And like your wee girl Mabel, like the day I was in here, like, and she's all these different teddies and different things, and it's
And
massive.
now she's got Ronan the duck.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Yeah, I know. Yes.
So it's all like children really, and like people don't realise how much children look at toys and more like cuddly toys and
Study
teddies,
them.
and like really like that is their companion. So Fitzy is a comfort bear for all my schools. He comes everywhere. So like at the start of the year in like September, what I done one of the first sessions when I was with the nurseries was all the children brought their own teddy bears and their own teddies or whatever they had. Some of them brought tractors and toys, whatever they had, and they all sat them around with Fitzy, and he would in a box.
Isn't that so cute?
And they all put it in, and then that was because what they like to do. Obviously, when they start nursery, they want to bring these things they have from home, but they can't bring them in because they obviously need to.
Okay.
They can't bring all these
That'll
things.
be trouble in
school.
our house.
I know, but or else that's the thing. Like, well, they'll have to put it in their bag. They're not allowed to have it out because obviously it'll distract them. So I let them all put it in the box with them, and it sat with them all day. And then that's what I said. I kind of turned into a story that all their toys have rubbed off into Fitzy, and he's now your comfort bear. So if you ever need that comfort of your toy, it's in Fitzy. And then that's kind of every single session. The children are mad about him, like, and I'd be hiding them all around. He's like an elf on the shelf, so they'd be looking around for him and different things. And then if somebody falls or thing, they'll go grab him, they'll sit with him, and that's kind of the concept of Fitzy. And then now I'm writing this book and all about him and all that.
Yes,
sort
tell
of
us
stuff.
about the book, because
Yes, how
we
did
had
it?
a quick flick through it there, and it's
All right,
interesting.
so I'll lift it for you. So that's the book. So it's Fitzy the Active Bear. So the concept of the book is I don't know, I never in my life thought I'd ever write a book, but I just, when I had Fitzy and I realised how much the children loved him, and I was like, you know what, I'll just do it. Now it's been like 10 months in the making, like trying to make this book, but the book is all about inclusion. It's all about, the concept of the book is that Fitzy's a bear. Now, if you're looking at it from a teacher or a parent, the bear is a child who is in school, and so the bits about all the disabilities and different things. So I would always say that I think I have ADHD, so I would love to get tested.
We had a proper talk about this one day.
I fully believe it. I just think it was never diagnosed, and I would, if I ever had the money, I think I would. And I've spoke to OTs, and they're dead certain on it. So,
Not
so
official on paper, though.
in the book, Fitzy's me,
Okay.
basically. But I'm a child. So I have, let's say, Fitzy has ADHD, which is a neurodiversity, and you can't see it. So that's a lot of parents and children they'll get confused of why a child's acting the way they're acting in school. Because you can't see it. It's simple. Like, if somebody's in a wheelchair, you can see they have a disability.
Of course.
You can see if they have a hearing aid, or if they're blind or anything. You can see that with your two eyes.
Yes.
But when somebody's neurodiverse, you can't see it. So it's hard to understand that, especially as a child. It's hard to understand why is my friend acting like this when they can't fully
No.
see what's happening, because it's all happening in their brain. So Fitzy's full of energy, and in the book you'll talk about he's full of energy, and he's running around, he does loads of things, and and the way I look at it is that he has ADHD, and then there's all the different characters. So there's Remy the rabbit, who has wheels on his legs, so he is in a wheelchair. So, and then you have Finley the fox, who has a hearing aid, so their
So lovely.
hearing's impaired, and then there's Sasha the squirrel, who wears glasses, so then their sight's impaired. So all those different things I wanted to bring into the book, and I wanted to kind of normalize it in the book. So like, yes, if I'm reading it to children, I'll maybe point it out to them so they can give me feedback on it. But if you're just reading that book with Mabel, she wouldn't even probably bat an eye on it. And that's the way I kind of want the whole world, or like in
Yes.
Northern Ireland or Ireland, to think. Like, if you're in school and there's a child in a wheelchair, or if a child's got glasses or a child's got a hearing aid, sure, who cares?
No.
It's everybody's the exact same. Everybody's special in their own way. So the book's all about Fitzy, and he's in the forest. The forest is school per se, and he's lonely, and he's trying to find friends, and he finds friends, and then he teaches them the way of being healthy and active, and eating
so
fruit and
lovely.
veg and all those different things. So that's kind of what the book's all about. So I'm really excited to get it launched, and hopefully sometime in June I will get
That's
to
so
launch it.
exciting. I think that's not a long way. I think it'll fly
and
off the
then-
shelves.
I don't know exactly what we're going to launch it. I'm going to maybe get some promo videos, different things to get launched, and then I'm going to.
You could go even, I don't know, to an event like hire a hall and read like a chapter out of it. Like people come and listen.
probably,
I'd
like,
love that, you know.
Up in Meadowbank, I'll be in there a lot, or as you're saying, the same as something like that. And I want to invite all my parents down.
Yeah.
It was one of my special schools have already in June, the day before my birthday. I'm actually going to be launching it with them in the special school. We're going to invite all the parents in because it's all about inclusion and all about disabilities and different things. So they're going to come. I'm going to read them the book and talk about all about the book and all about their children and how I help their children and different things. So it's like a soft launch within that school, but I also want to do like a big one that anybody can come to, and then children who are in my schools can come and I can read it to them.
You would follow.
Oh yeah, you might need to put a few dates on. It'll be like Christmas all over again. You'll need to put a few hours and
so
few
I'm very
sessions
excited about the book. Like
Did you find it hard to write, or did it all like once you started writing, it just came naturally to you?
like in different things, like
The illustration's very good too.
So Christopher McNichol, he is the illustrator. So Crippy's been one of my friends for. This makes me feel old now. Like so.
Well, you're not as old as us, so it's okay.
So since 2008, I met Christopher in first year, and now that's when we were 11. So we're now 27.
I think I was finishing high school in 2008, and he was starting it.
So, and then Christopher, that's his job. He's an illustrator. So
Is that what he does?
he is an illustrator. So I felt like it was.
A perfect
I
fit,
was
you know.
obliged to go to him because I've known him for so long. And
So it wasn't because his work was good, just because you knew. Dude,
No,
mates-
he is.
Well, not
mates-
tell him
mates-
that. No, no.
He's unbelievable at it. He is like, and
It is a beautiful book, so
It is so
all
good.
the very best with
and
it.
because we're good friends, like me and him, we're going. It's our book. It's not just my book. It's me and his book.
Well, that's
so
nice.
for me, it's something that I can go in with a friend, so it wouldn't have to go in on my own. So me and him just going in on it together.
Well, that's
and
very special.
It's like our baby. Like we were looking at it at the weekend. But this is the first very print. Like we only got it on Friday, so
Oh wow!
I was down at his on Sunday.
Well, we're
and I
very
gave him it.
privileged to see it. Then we're a lot of people.
But so that's the whole thing at Fit Minds, and that's my main thing at Fit Minds is obviously I go around special schools and nursery schools and early years. So I only work really with early years, which is the younger ages of children in Key Stage 1, and then I work in the special schools and the units and the autism units and learning support units, and sometimes go to mainstream schools, but it's more that niche that I work with and help
But when you
develop.
enjoy it, you know, stay in that niche.
So I help develop those children, and I must say I jump out of bed every day to go to work. I completely love it. It's not even, I don't even like to say it's work, it's a lifestyle for me, and it means more than anything to me. Like
It's
like,
so
my
good when you love your job. You know.
Purpose.
My family means the most to me in the world, and then next is my purpose. Is I feel like I don't know. I feel like the time I wrecked my knee was fate. I had like this was made for me. Like what I do is I was made to do what I do. Like, and I just love every minute of it. And
You do like
to see the children smile every day and the family smile. And if a family comes to me and I get text messages about they've done this at home after your session and done this and saying like
It's so lovely.
it puts
though.
tears in my
I
eyes
know.
because when I see children who maybe at the start when I was with them couldn't do something, like yesterday I was in a special school and this is maybe my 12th week in it, and one of the wee ones wasn't able to crawl, so we were actually crawling under a table and he wasn't able to do it because physically he couldn't. And yesterday he walks in like a walker and he got off the walker and he crawled in under
Oh,
it.
good wee soul.
And 12 weeks.
I wouldn't be
and
about
got
well.
to
I'd
that,
be
I know,
so emotional.
I'm so emotional, to be fair. It's terrible. Like I'd
know.
be sitting there nearly tearing up over it. Like, but that it means a lot to me what I do. Like, and
And that'll mean so much to them as they grow and they'll remember that stuff, you know.
But it does, right? Because I'm going to tell you this. When we went to the Christmas thing,
Yeah.
the big fundraiser you were doing, I was like, right, here we go. This boy, he knows what he's at. He's cool as, right?
Aye.
Went in and I was like, this is good. I enjoyed this. And then you messaged after and I was like, it's a really nice lad. And then I actually spoke to you and I was like, this guy really cares what he does, like what he's doing. You know, you would get people who are just in it for one thing and one thing only, just to make
I
money.
like to be fair, people do like.
But you're
more,
not.
More
You're
friends.
not.
Like my football team, some of my friends will be like, "Oh, you're
Daniel.
You know, he's actually he's one of the top ones. Like he calls me Blippy. Like so, and then he texts me one
Does he
day.
get the glasses and the
he
hat
put up
on?
at Christmas. His wee girl's mad about me. Like, and she got a photo of me, and then he's like Zoe and Blippy, and then I was like, "Oh, that's sore." And then he's like, here, don't worry, Blippi's worth millions, so keep it. But for like people in my football team and all, or some of my friends be like, oh, like you're flat out, you're charging this and all, and I'd be like, you don't actually realise that I genuinely do not care about money. Like I would live off.
I figured it out the first weekend. Yeah, it was like, what are you doing?
I would live off like nothing if I could do what I do every day. Like,
well, that says it all. Like.
But like people say that, and I mean, like I've been around a lot of people that say they're not in it for the money and stuff, and all. He's genuinely not.
I'm terrible, like for like trying to get paid. Like I am so bad. But
he done a birthday party in here, and I was like, why are you charging so little?
But I just
you just love what you do.
I just love it, like, and I feel like I do like teachers and parents would say it does come across that way. That
you can though when your videos.
I do not care at all about making money, like,
and that's why he's Mighty Man of the Year, which we're going to touch on in the next section.
Yeah, so that was funny.
That was so cool.
I know it was, but I don't like to.
It's such a cool like name though to have.
It is like. I know, I'm so modest about it. Like when people say to me, I'm like, yeah.
And the fact you were matching tuxes as well.
I know, Connor got to go with you now. So lovely.
I know. Well, we no babysitter, so
that's what I
know.
Tell the story. How did you get a tux so last minute though? Like just.
I don't know, like
did you not have a babysitter and then something went wrong, or?
So my mummy works nights and different things, and she was working nights, and then we just had and then Ashley's sister would keep care, and she wasn't there, so we were just like,
just take him.
Well, just bring him, like.
It was the cutest thing.
My dad, if you ever met my dad, like, yes, you really don't. No,
it's not our first video.
Is probably one of my inspirations. He is like now. If you had him in this podcast, God knows what he would say. Like he's not wise.
Episode 3.
Old school.
But he is like what he went through, and when he like my daddy like was very close to dying. Like I still to this day don't know how he made it through.
I was just researching the illness he had and stuff, and all.
So he had just below stage 4. Like I to this day don't know how.
Because they're Thran. That's why they're old school.
Mertown, like. But that's the thing, like, and he got, and like, since that, my dad just lives life, like, doesn't care.
Is he doing a marathon? Did I read that right?
So this Sunday, like, so.
You're Belfast.
My dad's not wise. I'm not joking, you like. And like at the moment, he's like over the last like 3 months, like the man's 60, he never had a tattoo in his life. He's got 3 tattoos in the last 3 months.
Oh goodness!
But see, at the moment, he's
Can't be
on Sunday, like he's walking the full 26.6, whatever it is.
Brilliant.
26.2 miles at the Belfast Marathon. He's walking it now. And when Daddy was sick,
you done 100.
I done 100 miles. I'd give him
24 grand.
24 grand, yeah.
No bother to you.
Yeah, 24
24
and a half. Well, just shy of 25. I was nearly going to put the rest in myself. Just
round it up there.
So I done that for Daddy in
21. Was it?
2021, aye.
Maybe. I'm not
the
sure.
year after COVID. Aye, it was.
Must be
because when I started training, the week I started training for it, I had COVID. And I used to get up in the morning and walk around the airdrome in Arbo.
That's where I learned to drive.
Me too.
Yeah.
With all the potholes.
Nightmare.
Like I had COVID, like was meant to be isolating, and it was that time. Remember when COVID and you were or like if your parents had COVID, you had to isolate.
Yes.
So my mum had COVID, and then I had to isolate with her, and then Daddy took it, then I had to isolate again, and then at the last
that was
day,
so annoying because maybe 5 or 6 weeks you're isolating.
At the last day, my dad was coming out of COVID, and I took COVID and had to isolate. It was like 26 days or something I was in isolation. So I just was like getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and getting ready to train. And I had COVID, but I just used to go walk the airdrome, and I was like, nobody's out here at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Fair play, because when we had it, I couldn't lift my head.
I could hardly walk down the stairs without needing to go back to bed.
You were really pregnant.
I was, it was awful.
So
she was lying there, a big paddling pool, like full of water, just lying there. I was like, oh, because it was.
I know you're about to describe me as a very bad word there, like a big beach something.
Would I say such a thing?
So I done that for Daddy in 2021, and obviously but that's what I was on furlough at the time. Had nothing else to do, and
can't make banana bread instead.
Nah. Or make them TikTok dances.
My mind can't settle, like, so I was out walking like every day, miles upon miles upon miles. Like one day, I don't know if you realise how far this is, like, and to this day I feel like mental that I even done that. Like I walked from Mertown to Mahari. Do you know where Mahari's at? No. So like Tamnamore roundabout. Do you know way up in the Gannon?
As if you're going next church town to the motorway on the
M1. Oh, up there.
So Mertown all the way to there, which was like
that's really
20 miles, and walked back home. And then like one day I got my dad to drop me off in Oma, and I just walked home.
Oh, he did not.
I used to just
Omar
get my
redid your
dad.
mind. That's so far.
I used to get my dad and my ma to just drive me there. I had no other option other than to walk home. That was my training. So then I done that, and I walked from Dublin, obviously, to Belfast. So I walked from the cancer unit in the Mater Hospital in Dublin till the City Hospital in Belfast for Charis and for the Laurel House in Antrim, and split the money with them. And then now it's went full circle, and my dad is
Amazing.
now going to do the full marathon on Sunday. And now when I walked, like, I'm not as not wise as my dad. So I walked, obviously I just get me dropped off and walk, because I was walking to walk scenic routes, so I could look at someone. My dad is training at the moment, and he is walking around Moortown Pitch every day for like 5 hours.
Oh my goodness, and that'd be so like round and round
Because
monotonous.
he said he
you
doesn't
know?
want to walk the roads because he doesn't want to get run over or something. But I'm
Yes.
like, how are you walking that same? It's just two pitches, figure
Oh my
eight the
goodness.
whole time.
He probably doesn't walk a road.
Mentally, I don't know how he's doing it. But
No.
He probably doesn't want to walk a road in case somebody sees him. You know,
Oh,
they're like I don't exercise. No, that's
probably.
not me. Yeah. See,
So-
my dad trains down that corner. Won't go. Like,
So and he's doing it on Sunday. So I'm actually.
Amazing.
So
60
when I
years
done the
old,
walk,
you can
he was not strong enough at the time. Like, so he drove a camper van alongside me for the 3 days that I walked it, and now I'm going to walk a bit with him now on Sunday. So
Oh, that'll be
he expected
lovely.
me to do the full thing with him, like without training, but it's not happening. I'm going to do some of it. I'm not doing all of it. No way.
You might get in the buzz and the adrenaline. You know, I guarantee
There's
you.
no
you
way
know.
I'm on 26 mile.
I think you
telling
might.
No,
I
no
haven't been doing
way.
any training. I offered a membership months ago.
No.
Oh, we got him in for this now, so this is half the battle.
So he's doing it on Sunday, and actually it is like a full circle thing. So I can't wait for that. And
What an achievement for him, though.
I can't remember why even we got to that stage, but that is the crack. All that. That's probably one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life. Was that I'll never do it again. Like, but
How is your dad? He's in remission, isn't he?
he's in remission now. Aye. So he's been in remission for like 4 years, so he might be out of remission now. Like that might be him.
Touch wood.
But I think you still have to
He's got his checks.
get
and all,
checks
yeah.
and all that sort of thing. But it is a very tough thing to go through, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
No.
So
But you see, yeah, we did say like they're old school and stuff, no, but like they're just built differently.
are,
like
yeah.
even the amount of like the workload they had to put on, like plastering's not an easy job.
aye.
Somebody told me here,
Seriously.
look here, you've been sentenced to a lifetime of plastering.
No,
I'm
you
like,
couldn't,
nah,
like-
I
Oh.
can't do it.
So I went
You
out,
boys
I went
know.
out a couple of times over COVID with my dad, and I was just like,
Daniel was a plasterer for a while, was he not?
I was. He'll tell you a story that he chucked his trowel and all into the log. Then went and got the gym and all.
I can imagine.
You know, like the story's lethal. Like when he says it, like he went down to the lock and threw it in. But
No, I couldn't imagine
and
you
he's
two plastering for a
he's
day.
playing now too.
Yeah.
Like and plastering wouldn't be for me. I don't know how my dad done it, but
I don't know how Daniel done it.
it was some crack.
Well, that'll be lovely. Sunday, hopefully, it's a nice day. And it gives like 16, 17 degrees this weekend.
Oh, you should get a tan.
Should be alright. But
Tell us this, your engagement story, because Alex was telling me about it, and I was like, that man just keeps making me look.
Because you're
awful.
on like within the 1 year countdown now for wedding.
so wedding's next March. The engagement story's funny. Like now, I am like a last minute person. Like I am. Now, my full intentions from the start of the year was that we were going to go to Portugal and I was going to get engaged in this thing. Now, it wasn't until like a month before I was like, right, I should probably need to buy a ring. So, like, literally,
unorganised.
no, but what I tell you, but I mean, I had it all planned for a long time, but I never just laziness. of
And had
me.
you talked about it, like, you know, like you were going to get engaged one time, or you know, was it just a complete surprise
It
for
was a
her?
complete surprise. Like,
Okay, yes.
Ashley obviously would throw hints and all different things out, like obviously, and then
Like I never really threw hints. I just was like, yeah, we've been together this long. This is just
I
we're never
reckon-
getting engaged
Yeah.
at this stage. Like 10 years in, and he's taking too long.
But so like, as I said, I'm a very last minute person. But I mean, I had it all planned and I had everything ready to go. I just never, like, I got the ring like 3 days before we left. Like,
Are we
but-
not nervous? Well, I'll finish your story first now.
I like so, but I had the ring. I had everything sorted for that. Before that, like, but I mean, I didn't
Yes.
lift it until like 3 days before. But then we went to Portugal and had to do it first night, and 100% had to do it first night. So it's a funny story. Like saying I got a photographer and I paid a photographer to come and it was down at this beach and all, and I had a lie the whole time dashing about. I says to her that there's this. Do you ever see online like this blue algae? Do you ever see that? And it lights up at the beach. Do you know what I'm on about? Yeah. Right?
You probably watch these.
Do you know what I'm on about?
No, I don't know.
No,
But
it's probably just a boy thing. Like,
you two sitting on toilets
Oh, yeah,
reading these like
TikTok, like-
silly videos.
I say to Ashley, right, this beach has this blue algae and it comes at sunset. And I was like, we should go see it. And she's like, you're so weird, but okay. And I was like, right. And then I was like, well, and then obviously Cahar was with us.
Yes.
And I was like, right. So then I set up this photographer and all. And it ended up, Cahar took the biggest tantrum you'll ever see.
Oh no.
We just landed, we'd been up since like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he just started crying. And this is when we were on our way to the beach, and Ashley's like, we're not going. We're just going back to the hotel. We'll go see the beach tomorrow. And I was like, no, let's just go. Like, come on, we'll go. Like,
We're going to the beach.
Then, like, Gary vomited all over me and all over my shorts and all.
Ronan.
Like, no way, not happening. And I sitting texting this photographer girl. I was like, gonna be like another half an hour here. Like, I don't know. And then I just yarped on that much. And then Ashley was like, right, we'll just go. And then on the way down, like, she would go mad at me. Like, I says to her, like, your hair's a wee bit all over the show. Like, you should maybe fix it. Like, so it wasn't going well.
That's a good start.
It wasn't going well. Like, and then I was walking on to try and get to this spot so I could see the girl, because she told me she's gonna be up in the cliff and all. But then obviously when I got there, it was a big surprise, and then had a deadly holiday after that. And we're actually going back now in 2 weeks to the exact same
lovely
hotel and the exact same spot now for 5 days now.
You're taking a holiday, good on you.
Is Cara going with you this time?
Can't
Or
believe
just
it.
you
Like, I
two?
don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably sit at the pool and ask all the families, do you just want to do a session here?
Come on over, see the book.
Children's club, I'll go take you here.
Well, I'm sure it was a lovely space. Were you not nervous? I was going to ask, taking the ring through security or anything, or was it in your suitcase?
So it's funny, like my best friend, and my best man at my wedding, Dara, he got engaged a year before me, maybe. Something like that. Can't even remember when he got engaged. So he's getting married maybe 4 months after me. And he bought a bag, and it has like a secret compartment in it.
Okay,
You can put stuff in it.
Right.
So then I says to Dara, I was like, here, borrow me that bag. Like, but then also I was like overthinking it. I was like, I can't tell Aisling that I borrowed this bag off Dara, who she's going to be like,
Yes,
why?
maybe. What do you
He
need this
lives in
bag for?
Belfast, right? So she'd be like, why would you be going to Belfast to get this bag? So I just like, I got it off my brother. Pure lie, like. And then that's what I put it in this wee second compartment and all, like, had to put a wee note and all on it, like, in case it went through.
Oh,
I'd,
very
like,
good.
say, like,
So you thought we were
do
very
not open
forward-thinking.
this from anybody, like. But like, and like, Aisling was in my bag, like in this, it's like a school bag thing, like,
No
it was, like,
way.
socks and all, and so she was taking, because she was like, when we unpacked, she took everything out and all. I was
she's
sitting
an
there.
Oh, she's one of those.
But it was in a pair of socks in a second compartment, like. But like, you could have found it, like, and she was putting in. She hadn't a clue.
Because I actually planned to propose
At London at the fireworks.
And I had it booked. You know, we were going to go 2018 New Year's and all that. And I was going to do it right as soon as the fireworks went off, dropped 10E. And then I started overthinking the same as you. I was like, what if I have this in my pocket going through security and they take it out and open it, and then I have to get engaged in the airport terminal? So I just done it on Christmas Day night.
Yeah.
Just like, here, do you want to go up and see the Christmas tree? And she
And
was
Coke,
like,
you know, the one in the street.
I remember you telling me this one.
she was like, nah. And I was like, oh, come on. And then by the time you drove home and I was driving home behind you because we were at our granny's, and we went in and the fridge had packed it in, and your mum and Stuart were trying to fix it and everything. And I was like,
And a
oh,
mirrored
my
broken
goodness.
glasses ever, like it was a
It was a disaster.
terrible
And I was
evening.
like, oh, come on, we'll go for a walk. And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, please. And then I set my phone up for like a wee thing and hit record on it. And I was like, babe, it was shaking, wasn't it?
I know, yeah.
I tried to give a speech and I was like,
You'll definitely be, I'd say, at least like another boy in my football team, he got married on the exact same, or he got engaged on the exact same beach and all, like a couple of months, like maybe 6 months
I'm
later.
going to have to
like,
go home and look up this blue
And,
algae, you know.
my best friend done the same thing a year later. He proposed at the Christmas tree and all that.
no,
Not in Coke.
I was going to say there now. I was like, you know, I got engaged in Portugal, like loads of people do that. I was like, you're maybe going to be the only people I ever know
No.
that got engaged.
different location. And now we go to that tree every year to take a family photo.
And
No, so lovely.
that's lovely. Like I see them photos. I seen you put up.
We actually said if they ever stopped
And you got
putting that up,
engaged.
we'd donate, we'd buy the tree and put it in
Yeah,
there.
I
But
know.
then I found out how much them trees cost. I was like, nah,
They're here, like.
They're very big in the air.
But
we'll get a wee one.
But no, it's very exciting. So next March, so is everything you can planned at the minute? Or Ashley's maybe sorting out all your wedding?
you need to ask Ashley. She's here.
She's the boss.
But she's not here, so you need to ask her.
You know nothing about it.
Oh, I do, like, but I don't do very much for it. Like,
No. This is probably the quiet time, all the busyness that come when you need to like invite people and table plans and all that.
The only job I had was like in envelopes.
I don't know.
And it was awful. It was the worst experience.
Where's your reception going to be run?
In Dorver Castle, down in County Louth. So,
Lovely.
Oh, you're one of them,
class.
makes you drive far away for it.
I know, but it looks class. Like, you get to cut the cake and all with the sword and all. So
Aye, we did, yeah,
I'd be
it
happy
was
enough for
lovely,
that, like.
Lovely.
When they said that to me, I was like, sold. I mean,
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. But whenever we were cutting our cake, it was an artificial cake.
Was it?
So our cake was actually fake, but then they had all the cake out the back pre-cut. So as soon as we stuck the sword into it, they just came out with the cake.
Aye. Well, I think we're going to do that too. Like, no point with a big massive cake. Like.
It's hard to cut a round cake, you know.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Gemma and John for our wedding cake.
Gemma and
Delicious.
I don't know who's making our cake. It's definitely been booked though.
Let's hope it has. I'm sure
Um,
Ashley's all over that and all the plans
But
sorted.
it's exciting. Like getting married next year. So
And Cara will be there in his wee suit and all. He probably stand
Yeah.
up beside you and all.
Aye, unreal. So he'll be a wee page boy or
Lovely.
something along those
That was
lines.
actually one of my last questions.
I think it's so nice to have like children in a wedding.
Because we went to a wedding, my cousin Jason, he was marrying Louise, and their daughter, she was, they want their mummy and daddy, and she literally went up to them as they were doing the ring, so she was with her mummy.
It was so
and they
lovely.
were looking at the rings, and I was like, oh, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
a
really
beautiful
nice.
day.
Daniel's going to think I'm just plugging him all the time in this.
Aye.
But I saw a plug, Daniel, R2
Our
Gyms.
two gyms, yeah.
But I
guy.
went to his wedding, and it was actually in COVID time, and then he had his wee girl, and they'd done the first dance and all with her. Like,
that's so
and
sweet.
I now think like that'll be nice to do that with your hair, like so.
But then see if you have any more kids, then they see the pictures and videos and they be raging because they weren't there.
Aye,
Because I know a couple of people who's had a kid and were at their wedding, and then their other children were like, Mummy, Dad, why were we not there? But they weren't born, so they couldn't have been there. But they're cross.
Aye, well, I
You know,
used to say
why'd
that.
you get married without me?
Pile of
You know?
photos of my brother and all in America, like, and then obviously when he was a wee bit older in America and all, and I'm always like, "You're not taking any photos of me," like, and they're like, "Well, you were literally a wee tiny baby," like. I was like, "Oh, well, fair."
Don't even start that on me. I haven't got a photo of me before I was 3. I was convinced I was adopted for There's like albums upon albums of all of them, like my brother, sister, cousins and all.
Yeah.
Not one of me till I
Not
was 3.
wanting.
So now we take like a million photos of Mabel on Instagram, and wait, you need to set up an Instagram for Cahir and put up his pictures and
I
all.
know. those.
Well, you'll see on I have on my socials, like, what do you call the wee
Like a wee
icons?
highlight for him,
The
yes.
highlights. Aye, so like, I call him mini coach, like the wee
So
mini
cute.
coach.
I'm going to show you
But I
that.
have thought about making one for him. Like,
We'll show you ours now. We'll not let her have it till she's like 18, so she can't do anything. But we put all our wee pictures up, and only people have it as our parents or our godparents.
There's like 142. Like that's her whole life.
Like
up
everything
to now.
from she was born, It's just nice to look back,
Like I love it.
Can I regret not doing it from the start?
But you could start.
But like you
Who's
see,
gonna
whenever
come
when
to?
you're having like a real sad day, when you're like, oh my gosh, getting so old, you just scroll back.
Scroll all the way back.
Y'all can't see this.
She's only got so many followers.
9.
9.
9
yeah.
followers. Class.
No, so it is nice. That's something to think about.
There was a while when I was like putting at Mabel and tagging her and posting, and she would get like a lot of requests. Like, no.
Yeah.
You're like, we'll stick with our name.
Yeah, nine's enough. What do you think about becoming a dad? Scary?
Scare.
That may be less scary for you because you worked with kids.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like you
Yeah,
know
when-
more than we would have known?
Because we were.
No,
we
this is what
thought we were
people-
very naive when we.
People say to me, it's funny, like, see, when I do my toddler sessions, it's funny, like, obviously what I do is child development, and now, but most of the children I work with are kind of from 3 above, so 3 and below,
Oh, you haven't
not
got
that I
that
don't
stage yet
know
as such,
everything,
yes.
like, but I don't know as much.
Yes.
So when people come to me with their child who's like 1 and like, what should I do? I'm kind of like, I'll nearly pass you to like a OT who would know more, because I actually maybe don't know that much that early.
Yes.
I love that you do
Early
that,
in
though.
development.
Because in the industry we're in, a lot of personal trainers will be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'll sort that," when they don't know.
No. Well, you're right, man.
You're gonna mess
I'm not
it
a
up.
thing like I am about too. Like, there's times like birthday parties, I do them, and I don't do them all the time. But like, if I can't do a birthday party, I'll just be like, they do birthday parties as well. Like another coach I know, will be like, just
Yeah,
go
which
to
is so
them.
good because
Absolutely.
some
And, like-
people are so against that. Like,
No, I know. But
Like,
I'd
I'll
be
take it all and
If I
you don't
can't do
share
it,
me.
sure, somebody else can do it, and like I'd rather them do it rather than the child miss out.
Or they hire in just like a bouncy castle and be like, "Go play in a bouncy castle."
we do sometimes.
But I so
You're
coming
coming
to
to
that, that's what I'm saying. So coming to that, well, people come to me at my sessions and be like, my child's 2 and she's not listening and she's always running around and all. And then this is like literally like 2 weeks ago.
This
and I
is
was
Mabel.
like, no, literally, I was like, don't worry, because see that wee monkey over there who's sprinting about there and jumping off the walls? I was like, that's my son. So I was like, don't be worrying. I was like,
all
you'll get
do it.
there, you'll get there. Like, I was like, but that's, so becoming a dad, now the funny thing about becoming a dad too, like, I'm not afraid, but I'm afraid of newborns. Like, don't like holding them.
Okay.
Like, if somebody handed me their newborn, I'd be like, take that baby back now, like. Just because I was like, I don't want to drop it.
Yes.
I don't want to call a baby in it, him or her. But
It's different when it's your own, though.
it's different. Like, when I get her, like, it's completely different. Like, and obviously holding him, I didn't care, but holding other babies, like,
But that's when I realised I was in charge of this child. Whenever Alex was still up in the, what do you call it?
So it was like the operating room, yeah.
Aye.
And I was down there and Mabel's hat was coming off and my arm was killing me and I was like, who's going to help me
Right,
put this
who's
hat back on? And I didn't know how to move her and I was like, but her hat's coming off. And the nurse came in and I was like, can you put her hat back on? I was freaking out. And like, my
Yeah.
arm was killing me and I was like, usually when your arm's sore and you have somebody else's baby, you hand it back. I was like, oh dear.
It's your boo. You have to keep holding it.
What have we done?
Like, where's my wife? Go get her.
So when we found out we were going to have Cahir, like, Ashton was probably more nervous than me, but obviously she had to carry the baby, so I didn't like. But I was just buzzing. I've just always wanted to be a dad. I don't know. It's just something in my head. I always.
Did you find out the gender, or did you wait to?
No, we waited.
A nice surprise.
I was convinced it was a girl. Like,
I was convinced it was a boy.
Like when they said it was a boy, I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, are you positive?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
no, it's definitely a boy.
Built this up in my head that it's a girl the whole time. Like, so
Whatever, maybe
this is a real U-turn for me.
She was like, "Where? You said something real funny, you know?" You were like, "What are you doing here?" or something like that. And I was like,
now we need to use a different name that nobody likes. You know, well, not that nobody likes, but we always called the book Mabel. My mum and Keith did, and I was like, "It's a boy." Susan may stop getting used to the name.
Mabel,
Because
and then
it's a boy.
whenever I was like, "It's Mabel, isn't it?"
I was like, "Well, that's not what we're planned."
You definitely thought it was a boy. Like,
I was convinced it was a boy.
I was convinced it was a girl. Like, and when it was a boy, I was like, "Sorry, what?" So, but
I have a fear of having a boy because, like,
do you?
Aye, because like I'm not into like football and stuff, and what do they want to play that? And I'm like, well, I don't even know the offside rule.
Get them in the gym, like.
I know.
But
Basketball.
Aye, basketball.
The real man sport.
No, I love basketball too. To be fair, like.
Do you?
Monday nights straight
You're
in.
asking to get me playing. I'd love to play. To be fair, don't know if my
come
knees
on.
get at it. Like,
Come on.
But it is the best thing though, being a parent.
Alex took up basketball.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Loves it.
I have a
yeah.
stave finger and a black toenail that's about to fall off, so yeah.
She's been at it 3 weeks.
I just got a bit rough on like.
Show him your finger. Look, it's
Yeah, it's
got
not
what?
like-
Look at that there.
I don't even want to show you.
I don't need like
think
this,
I'll show
like
you
that.
my
Look how
finger.
straight that one is. That's what it's meant to look like.
I know, like,
bad.
look,
I'll have to take a
You
picture with the
got me
camera,
on there.
darling.
Aye.
football still playing, but I'm just injured at the moment. What were we talking about before that?
Just dad being a parent.
Oh, I'm
and-
being a dad, so I can't describe how much I love being a dad.
No.
It's when Carr's getting that age, probably you would have seen it too, like where he's really picking up on things. Like when I come home and he'd be like, "Daddy's home," and
That's so
Counting.
lovely though.
oh, he does some counting. Hey,
But it's lovely when they're waiting for you at the door and they come running to you, you know. And
or like he's asking him to send me videos, and he stands because we're living in like a wee mobile home at the moment after we get married, and then we'll probably get somewhere to live. And he always gets up on the ledge on the window, and he'd stand up the window, and he'd be like, "Daddy, where are you?" And I'm out working because I'm never done working. But,
it's so cute though.
and then sometimes like that, I do feel bad when I'm out working too. Like, but
you're building an empire.
well,
And you
Look
try
how-
to be
look how
home.
far you're coming already.
I know.
I know,
Like
so-
you only started this in like January 23, like you know. like
it's
a
just
year.
over a year and a half. So
It's like you wouldn't even have your
It's
first tax
been-
return done yet. You know what I mean?
literally just put it in like last week was the first one. Like it was madness, and then like they haven't a clue what to do. Like, but got sorted.
You don't
Doesn't matter,
learn
you
these
have to
things
know
in
these
school, like.
things.
I know, but
Glad
so
I-
it's been a year and a half, and it's been an absolute whirlwind of a year and a half.
Well, like anyone that
never
we know, like love you and like all the summer camps you have, or you have a very exciting summer camp coming up too. And I've seen the
Yes.
T-shirt and all that you're getting designed for everyone.
So my superheroes camp. So kind of last year I done the camps within Gaelic clubs and different clubs, and it was all about learning about your club and those wee ones and coming to that environment. But then I just thought I wanted to do every year. I might do a theme. So this year's like superhero theme. So we're all like it's basically like superheroes of your club, and the whole theme's going to be them trying to save their club and be their club's future, because that's kind of what the whole
That's so
thing is
lovely.
for them, because they'll start starting at that age and then they'll probably
It'll grow as
play.
they grow, whatever.
It'll grow as they grow. So that's kind of the concept of it. And then they're getting the jersey. I wanted it to be, it's all multicolored and there's all the different things on it. We did it in inclusion and all those different things, and all the multicolored is for the inclusion, for which is my main word. Like, so that's why it looks like that. And
But it's lovely. The shirt looks class. I think the kids will
I
love
know, I
it.
can't wait. Like, I'm gonna get some adult ones too, like without toddler summer camp on it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna get superheroes on it. But so like the last year and a half has been crazy. And what you're saying, like about children, you're saying your families and all, like it is a thing for me. I cannot, like today I was going to a session and I was running a wee bit late, but then there's a wee girl who's in P1 now, so I haven't had her in a year, and she met me at the shop and I was like, I'll be late.
I just so I could talk
was
to you
like-
for a couple of minutes.
I sat and spoke to her, and she wanted to see Fitzy, and I showed her Fitzy, and
Oh.
sat talking to her for about 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to be late, but I was like,
It's worth it.
I have
Even for her to remember, that's so lovely, you know.
I know. There's one thing I always forget adults' names, but I always remember children's names. Like, but it's funny. Like I always see, like I seen the child. So on a Tuesday I was in school, and the next day on the Wednesday I was in Asda, and a wee girl was in Asda, and she seen me, and she's like, I seen her from another aisle. I was waving at her, and she turned around. She's like, "Are you Ronan?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Yes." And she's like that goes to my school. And I was like, yeah, yes. And she's
you're famous
like,
amongst
he's like,
children.
why are
Like.
you here? Like, but like, that's Ashling would say, like, sometimes to me, don't go to Asda, don't come into Asda or Tesco's,
I
because
just sit in the car.
no matter what,
Yes, you'd be 5-minute jobs an hour.
like, I cannot walk past anybody without high fiving them, fist pumping them. show me your muscles, we did it, whatever it is, like, and it goes on daily, every single day, like, so she nearly tells me to sit in the car sometimes.
I can understand. I'm on Ashton's side.
But that is my,
Sorry, Don.
and like, it could, maybe does come across why the children love me. It's just like, because I am so engrossed in it, like, and it is the sort of
I know.
thing with me, I kind of,
And kids can
they pick up on it, like,
They
they
say
know.
kids can sense if you're a good person, you know. So
Aye. So I always say, like, and I say there in one of my posts about, if you give the energy, you get the energy, like, I'm very certain. So, like, I 100% every single session have to give all my energy no matter what, because then I know
That
for
they'll give it
engagement
back to you.
wise for children, they'll give it back. And then that's the way I would always coach, is just make sure, even if I'm tired, like last night I didn't sleep that much because the camera was up, and I was just cracking on school, like, and it's just like,
you
it's
just
like a
have to-
coffee,
I
I'll crack
know.
on, and I
Yeah.
have to give my 100% energy. Like, I don't like to give 99, like, I want to give 100, so no matter what. Like, one day I was in school and a girl said to me, "You look tired," and I was actually like heartbroken. I was like, "No, don't say that to
How
me."
dare you?
I've been trying so hard. I'm not tired
Literally.
at all.
Like, she was
That's
like,
the
"You
age
look very,
catching up with
you
you.
look very tired today," and I was like, I had to go to the toilet and be like, make myself look not tired, even though I was
Speaking in the,
absolutely
speaking in the
wrecked.
mirror, you tighten up, big lad. No. But no, so the next big things for you is obviously your summer camps. You're doing one with the Rainy as well.
Well, sure.
Yes.
Yes. So
And
that's
I
exciting.
have to talk about this one because my mother-in-law said I have to, apparently. But it's what date?
We should have researched.
Contact the Rainy if you
Contact
want.
Renee. I
should
think
do
it's
this
in
too, 'cause I
July.
get it.
I think
It's
it's in
in-
July. Maybe not. Let's get the date.
15th of July, I don't know. I can't remember
mum
off the
will
top
kill
of my
us.
head.
But you're involved in it too, though.
Yeah. I can get up.
We search Renee maybe.
Is it?
Instagram Renee.
Does it really have Instagram?
Yep. Renee has an Instagram too. Oh. Yeah, so it's for a week, and I think it's for kids aged
29th.
8 to 11,
July week.
29th of July.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Fit Minds. Oh, Ray Academy's doing it too. She didn't have it. I'm joking. And Amanda Brennan from Happy Minds and Grateful Hearts Wellbeing Hub. Oh, it's Wellbeing Hub. That's her Wellbeing one.
Yeah.
And it's £100, but it's for the week. Contact
Whole
the
week,
school
yeah.
office, not Ronan, if you want to take part in it. It's ages 8 to 11.
That's what I did know.
So I can't wait for it, to be fair. So I have a lot of things planned for it, and I'm looking forward to that one. Like,
You're welcome,
and
Jackie.
You're doing sports day, aren't
We're
you?
taking a sports
Yes,
day for them, yeah.
So I can't wait for that. That'll be deadly
That'll be
crack
good
with
fun,
all of us. We get the speakers blaring. We'll have a bit of crack with all the
Absolutely.
children. So there actually has been a lot of families who've been talking to me saying they're going to come to it too.
Brilliant.
And
Well, you need to
Mum,
stop
we're glad
talking
to
about
hear
it and
that.
actually book onto
Yeah,
it
book
because
the
it's
spaces 'cause
limited and
You don't want
And,
to sell out.
I'm hoping, like, in terms of for that camp too, like, because I've had ones from like the Gale School and ones from Marfeld Primary School. So I'm really hoping that camp's going to be quite of a cross community sort of camp. That there's
Yeah, it's
children
open
from
to all
all
schools,
primary
yeah.
schools and all like children. So because I knew some of the families from the Gale School and Holy Family wrote to me, and then I had some
Oh,
from
brilliant.
Marfeld and Woods. So I was like,
Yeah.
if they all sign up, then we're having a bit of a cross community one, and that's for me obviously same thing.
That's
inclusion
exactly what you want.
Is that's what I want. Is I don't really like now. That's sometimes with my summer camps I do them in the Gaelic clubs, but I try to be like that doesn't mean you
It's just
can't
for-
come.
yes.
I'm like I want everybody there.
That's
so
just
I
the
try.
space.
I do want to maybe do one with the Rainy old boys, which I'm going to try. Rainy, say yes, please. But because I want to do it for everybody, sort of thing. So that's my main thing.
yeah.
So
That seems good. So he's got a busy few
He's
months.
busy,
hasn't he?
yes.
But if you want to follow him on Instagram, we'll put it here. Yeah, we'll put it there. And give him a follow, and then you can obviously see when he's going to do the book
book
launch,
launch, yep.
his summer camps. That sounded awesome, and just to see what he actually gets up to because you put a lot of tips on there too
Aye.
for people.
Well, that is what I'm looking to probably dive into more in 2024. Is very much would like to start a YouTube channel of some sort, and I kind of want to because there's maybe a lot of schools will be contacting me from far away that I can't go to. I kind of want to virtually be able to give them something back that they can do the sessions on. Kind of like Joe Wicks, which he's like
Yeah.
one of my idols. Like
He wrote to him one time on Instagram.
yeah, voice noted me.
Voice noted him.
That is
He
so cool.
I did. He voice noted me one time and he was saying like he loves what I'm doing and all. And here's
That's
me
like your claim to fame.
Oh, I fanboy
Yeah.
like, but like that sort of thing that because he bees around a lot of different like. Obviously, when he does like schools, and like schools can watch his things at all times. So I kind of want something like that on maybe more of a local circuit, like. But just so if I'm not able to be in their school, that I can give back and help the schools in some way if I'm not there in person.
Plus, people over here would appreciate your accent more than that annoying accent he has.
I know.
Oh, he said he know it. We send that right to
I know, but like that's what.
He's very posh.
Like when I was in Australia, that was a big thing.
Accents.
Because they couldn't
I
understand
would
you,
have
or
had
they?
when I was doing the sessions, and it used to kill me inside. It would have been like, "Hi, everybody," and like, see when I first started doing
more this accent you were doing over there.
Oh well,
Let's give us
I'll show you a video after. Like,
no, just
when
give
I
us a wee
started-
example now.
So I would have been like, "Hi everybody, welcome to." No, that's not it. That's still more Mertown. Like it was more like.
Does
Pure
not
American.
Like
Australia
I
at
want to
all.
say, like obviously I say well and what's the crack and all
All right,
those
kid.
and all right kid and all those different things, and I always had to say hi everybody and really slow
Like,
it
slow
down.
it down.
It.
So, and it used to hurt me to do it, like because it was so much effort. Like, but then as soon as I walked off, because there was like a floor you had to be on. As soon as I walked off the floor, I'd be like,
Kid.
Straight back, yeah.
"Well, what's the crack? Was that good? Was it? What's the crack?" And I would have been like straight into my thing.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But like when I first started doing videos and different things for like my last work, I would have really put on a coach voice. Like so my friends would always say like my alter ego was Coach Ronan, and then there's Ronan. Well, then my nickname in football is Roger. So then they call me Roger, and then so there's like Ronan, Roger, and then like Coach
So
Ronan.
many.
But so there's a couple of videos I'll show you them. I'll show you them after this. And I like would have really overemphasized the way I was talking till I started to realize that it doesn't matter. People will understand my voice if
They want
They'll
to.
figure it
want
out,
to, like-
yeah, if they want to listen.
so. Like that's why obviously I do regret doing that at the time. Like, but I always thought if I'm doing this video, I really need to overemphasize how I'm talking so then children can understand me. Now when I'm in school, I do have a bit of a coach voice. It's a bit of like a teaching voice, something just to slow it down for the children, especially when I'm in the special schools and different things. But I'll not talk as fast as I'm talking right now.
Like you're talking really fast right now.
Think so?
Yeah, I was just
Fine.
listening.
I
Yeah.
just think it's not.
Once I start going to, then it goes really fast. But so I like to slow it down in school and different things. But when I done them videos, I'd be like, now I look at them and be like, why did I overemphasize everything I used to talk
I know.
about? Because now I just talk normally when I'm talking in my
But that's
videos.
just nerves and practice and experience. All
Aye.
day.
So as I said,
Well, such an exciting like career path and lifestyle.
I just love it.
And there's
Like,
just this is only the
it's
beginning,
I
and you're still so
kind of
young.
want.
Like you ran that whole big. If you think about it, you done January and then you ran that whole big Christmas event. Was that December?
Yeah, that was like at
That was
the end of
within
one
your
year,
first year.
and like
Aye,
it was
and-
packed to the straps.
How much did you raise in that one?
$5,000.
In a
Amazing.
day.
$5,000 in a day in like 3
And not even a
years.
whole day,
And
yeah.
We had like, I feel like I should know the numbers better. I think we had like over 1,000 people
Unbelievable.
split into 3 sessions, and I got at the time I had 1,000 people that was going to be in the session at once, but then health and safety happened. But it was
So
like,
you had a health and safety.
no, but it was about 5 days before, and I was panicking, and I had to change it all. Remember, and like
Yes.
you all got slots.
Yes, that's right.
So
We were all like, "What slot are you in? Can we be in?"
I
slot
all
with
got
our
moved
friends?"
around, like, and I was panicking, like, because I thought, like, but it ended up, it worked out probably maybe better because everybody got their own wee.
Just be a bit more personal, you know.
Aye. It was going to be bigger. If I do it again, I probably want everybody to
Well,
do it.
maybe
even
watch out
bigger one.
Christmas 24.
Oh, I'm doing it again, definitely. Festive Families will be back in 2024.
Yo,
100%.
we're-
We look forward to it. That'll be a wee day out.
Definitely will be back, and we'll be doing it for the Children's Hospice again. And with that
Brilliant.
time, like I got invited down to the Children's Hospice gala, and to see what the money would do to help those
Well,
children.
that's so
like
nice to see.
seeing that.
You know, you like to see that.
And I'm recent now and getting invited down to the Children's Hospice to come work with them children who are in there, who
Okay.
are like at end of life, and getting to do things for them. So I'll probably cry the whole time,
Aye.
but I will give them 100% energy at the time. But I'd say after it, I'll probably start crying. But
And they'll have a really good time. And that's the main
I'm
thing.
really looking forward to that in the summer. And then I have this big conference next week, which if you watch my socials, I'll have a lot on about it. So I'm really looking forward to next week and going down to Dublin for this.
That'd be just very
leading this
exciting for people
conference.
coming so far as well to
I
see.
know. Hopefully they'll send me out to Iceland after.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He'll be putting
So-
his
His Coach Ronan or his Roger voice on that day.
Aye,
right?
literally. I really will have to.
Alright, kids.
They talk better English than me. Like I was on Zoom with them, like, and I was like,
Wow.
"You talk better than I talk," like, and that's not even your first language. But so
Good English isn't our first language either. Like.
No, no.
So that's sort of the big things that are coming. So all the schools. Well, I'm also starting this one, and I maybe want to plug this in terms of if there is any families out there. I am starting a pathway program with young adults with additional needs. So I work with a lot with the Down syndrome group and some of my GA for alls. So some of them are older than 18 and they're in tech. So even this Thursday I'm in with the Skills for Life, and those children, I always say children, it's young adults. So those young adults go to tech and it's all Skills for Life. But once the tech ends, at the end, they don't do anything over the summer. So I'm starting like a program now that I'm going to take them for a couple of training days, and then over the summer I'm going to bring them to work with me over the summer camps and
brilliant.
Pay them to come and take part and coach.
That's so good.
So I've started that. It's going to be in the next few weeks. Just I feel like something that needs to be done to help these. Oh, it's away. So I feel like it's something that needs to be done to help these young adults, so they're not lonely over the summer and they can get out and they can come out with me and other coaches, and we'll go to different summer camps and help the children. So I done it last year with the 2 boys that have Down syndrome, and they come to help me at 2 camps, and that's kind of where the whole thing came. I was like, why can't I just do it with maybe 5 or 6 of them, and they can come along with me, and if I have all the coaches, they can travel with them, and if the parents allow it, and all the different ins and outs of it, of how it will work, but just to give them something and give them a job over the summer.
Just gets me for a few hours too, though.
Yeah.
They will love it.
I really look forward to that. So it's like Fit Futures, it's called. So
lovely.
That's another
that's
thing.
why he took that logo. He's got Fit everywhere.
Fit can go with everything. Love it.
Literally everything I put in is Fit.
Re-Academy, Re-Mama, you do the same.
Wow.
It works like, that's what I do. Fit Kicks, Fit Minds.
Love it.
Fit Futures. What else have I got?
I like the Fit
You'll be
Futures.
opening a gym called Fitness.
Fit Kids or something. I don't even know. Like, I've loads of different
We'll go
ones.
with you 50-50 for
Fit
the
Folk,
Fit Kids.
Fit Folk, which I'm actually doing now soon. It's like working with the elderly homes and different things. So I'm bringing some of my...
I don't know, you've enough hours in the day.
I know. So I'm bringing like some of my nursery children into the elderly home.
Oh, they will love that.
So it's like Fit Folk. So it's like getting the elderly to do activities with the younger ones. So different things like that. So
that's
can't
very
wait.
special. My granny and grandma would love that. That's so nice.
I know. So if anybody out there is looking at anything, if you want to check it all out, and for me, for child development and for your children, my main things is make sure your child's engaged, make sure your child is included in everything, and make sure they're enjoying everything they do, because they are the 3 biggest things that I harp on about every single day. But if you're ever looking things to do with your family, just go out, have fun, dance, and go for walks, enjoy nature, and all those simple things. Don't overemphasize or don't overthink what you're doing with your child. Just do it and do it with, I'm very much into doing it with very little equipment. So when I do things with parents, I talk about things you can do with things you have at home. So I bring these like wee scarves, they're like fancy scarves, stars on it, but I be like, because they throw up and they come down slow, but I always like be the parents, same thing, kitchen roll does the exact same thing, just use kitchen roll. Or I'm like, use sticky notes and stick them around and let them reach up and do this. So it's just use your surroundings around you, make obstacle courses around your house, and build forts and do all those things that...
Play drums with the saucepans.
I love it. I seen it. I love it.
One of us was sober and in charge that night.
So, like, just be when you're parenting, or like, I don't actually like to say like be this as a parent, because like I'm only a first time parent. So, but helping your child develop, just have fun with them all the time and be there in the moment. Now, I sometimes myself get caught up in work and miss out on some things, and it really haunts me. But when you're playing with your children, just be in the moment, and
everything else can wait.
Yeah.
Everything can wait, and enjoy everything with them. And your children will learn through enjoyment. And if you're enjoying it with them, they will learn and they will develop. And that's the way I think about everything. So,
yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know, that was so lovely.
Well, we will wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Again, we will obviously put Ronan's Instagram link here. I'll send it to you, Darren. But thank you very much. That is episode 2, and we will have him back when he has got his own TV show. He might even bring us on to his.
Yeah.
Rona Wicks. But other than that, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode, and we will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.